Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be discussing a hiring killer chatter video. I receive many requests on what video should I do, and I would say the by far most relevant desired video that is consistently brought to my attention is how to hire chatters. So what I've done is I have built out an exceptional base that we're going to be looking around. As you can see, I have taken my time and energy to make a video just to show you my exact process on hiring, and that you can copy at an instant, but don't think you will even come close. Step number one, you have a few options, okay? You can do a few methods, you can look at a few things, and you can see what fits best. For me and my current agency, I like having my assistant push out job posts on various sites, whether that be external hiring platforms, and you can make up your mind on that. There's many platforms you could use that would also cater to the employees you want, and there's certain ones that have a lot of restrictions regarding the space that we're in. So it's up to you to write coded language to obviously not go against the boundaries. Don't come after me, all right? And to be understanding about what you're putting out to not get blocked. These, let's just say, websites will provide you better recruitment than the ones that you would think that have even better recruitment, which would be Telegram. Telegram is something that's very much, let's just say, talked about, and it's performed to people to say, Telegram is shit, every one of the chatters on Telegram is shit, they're all scammers. It is not where you hire. You can hire from the depths of each continent in the world, and I can assure you, if you do the right job as an agency, you will find yourself with very highly skilled and competent chatters. Because it's not where you hire, not the site, not the platform, it's how you hire. Remember that. It's a quote. Let me break down how we do job posts. We structure out everything that we want to present to, let's just say, the potential employee that we'd want. We look at it as how do we attract and how do we find where our perfect employee congregates. Now, one little tip I can give you, and that not many people talk about, is if you're watching this and you are currently hiring, hire journalists and hire people that have backgrounds in, let's just say, journalism, textbook writings, anything regarding news, anything that just requires a pen and a paper and brain activities to consolidate a nice piece of text. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Hire journalists, hire authors, hire people that can grab you attention, because that is their job that was prior to them before they came on and became a great employee for your company. So you have a choice. Your first choice is where. Once you figure that choice out, you can either get a recruiter, i.e. assistant, VA, virtual assistant for the people that don't know. You have referral option, which is my personal favorite because it seems to be that people that know other people, they tend to have a better doing about them because they're the first chatter's reputation is on the line for the referral. So this is something that you can obviously make do. Self-hiring is the exact same. You're just going to be doing different tasks than obviously vetting. So if you have a recruiter, they go through an application form, they're either rejected. If they pass, your assistant, your VA would mark them, give them a remark on a Google form, and you will be able to understand, okay, this guy's getting on a call, this guy's competent, and then you check mark once you're big enough who's who performed like what, and have AI notes do all the note taking for you on each call, where you can obviously depict if he's going to be a good chatter or not. Okay, if you're doing them yourself, you could be looking for job posts and then post out a line and then post yourself. So obviously you're not going to be always looking for posts. You would post your own, make your own, let's just say, application presentation. Please do not bombard them with the typical agency emojis. Make yours stand out. Once they apply, you would send them through to an application form. This has everything about the job and all the necessary information they need to know about your agency so that they can pull through or they can reject your application form. If they're rejected, you would remark them on the Google form, rejected. If they pass, you would schedule them on a calendar, anything that you'd like, to get them on a call with you. You explain the whole training process and answer any of the chatter's questions. You would also review, and my point of view is I review the application on the call with them. I ask him, why did you say that on the application? Why did you say this? It gets them like, oh, whoa, Once that's finished, what you're going to do, you send them the training like a nice person. You send them the training, you put them through training. It's going to be 4 to 7 days. Whatever your training looks like, this is what the average of I've seen be. Now let's retrace back up here for a second because I want to talk about what the training is. What's included and what should be standardized included in your, let's just say, standard training is everything about the job. Once again, it should be listed so that it can re-come back to it. It shouldn't just be on the form so they have to continue looking at the form. This should be something that's visible to everybody. You should have an open book policy. You should not be hiding or trying to be skeevy about anything. All the necessary information regarding off days, regarding like paid leave, unpaid leave, whatever they can do about break times, whatever they can do about et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Sales and psychology. Let's jump into the curriculum. Then you'll have things, and you'll start off most likely with mindset, sales, and psychology. You should have a whole module curriculum about this. If you don't, then you're lacking and you're asking yourself, why is my chatter not performing? Why is my chatter doing this? When you kind of have to understand that your training is exactly what was implanted in their brain because you are solely responsible for the knowledge that you put in their brain. So be smart about it and don't half-ass. Because if you half-ass a training, you're going to find that 50% that you half-assed as energy expense when he's on the job. Once you're finished with that, make a good training and you have agency process and playbooks. You should have everything where you guys put all of the platforms you guys use for communication, for obviously organization, and project management. You guys need to have everything there and written beautifully so they completely understand, because you have to understand, if you're going through a training, you want to have it appealing to the eye. He's not going to retain all the knowledge if he doesn't feel that the knowledge is interesting. Let me give you an analogy. When you were in school, let's just say you were in grade school, and they handed you The Great Gatsby. What you did, and what most people did, like me myself, is you looked at the book, you said, oh yes, I will read it. You went through the first page, you set it down in your drawer at home, and you didn't do a damn thing about it. And then you end up getting like a B. So that's not what we want to do, because we need to be the teacher that makes it interesting. We need to be the teacher that asks them what can make it the best they can. You should be asking for criticism right after they finish the training. I do this every time. Once we jump over here and they come back after they put in the training, and when they get on a 60-minute Zoom call, I ask them, I say, hey, what do you like and what do you dislike about the training? They will most likely give you a few things that you can write down and you can tweak, because if you can do that, you can make your employees happier, and with happier employees, you will make more money. Let's continue. Chatting, text, video examples, and guides about everything, about customs, objection handling. You need to have things that revolve around everyday occurrences. So if you're consistently working with a trans model and they're always asking for verifications, write in your training how to handle verifications and make a video about it. You will thank yourself later. Video guides on ideology and company culture. I cannot express this enough. Holy shit. Yo. If you don't have company culture, you don't have anything. And I was speaking briefly to a person that is close to me and that also has an agency. And he has chatters I work for. And I said, hey, why do you want to listen to this audiobook that I'm listening to? I'll give you guys a name later on. And he's like, no, why would I need to listen to that? And I'm like, it's about company culture, right? Company culture is everything. He says, this is just an agency. And I said, false mentality. You are the reflection of your business. If you slack, your business will slack. If you're smart, your business is smart. It is a direct reflection, and your business problems are just personal. They just are. And you have to have the initiative to take that. The video guides will cover many, many sorts of things, not just exactly how they do sales psychology, mindset, how they sell, how they do selling sets, how they understand sets, how they do processes, how they review script work. This will give videos on how to embody a creator, how to act every day, how to talk to their other chatters during their shifts, how to make the company and make them as a team member, let's just say, round full circle team effort, not just a company and they work under the company. Everybody I work with is a team member. If they weren't, then I wouldn't be this place where I am. After you've finished everything, because company culture is one of the biggest defiances if you ever have chatters having issues. If you guys have ever stemmed across anything of a chatter doing something behind your back, that's a company culture issue. You are fully responsible for that issue because you didn't do the right necessary actions to get him to think, I like this person to work with. I'm never going to mess him over because he is a person that I want to work under. I want to consistently wake up every day happy. I hear through having hundreds of applications a day, having multiple Zoom calls every single day, and I have a list of agencies of the ones that each one of them fucked over their chatters. Because I know you guys, whoever's watching this, I know you guys, but I'm not going to speak about them because I don't want to ruin your company. Which you need to listen and tell me that this is the most important part of a business, is having morale control, and you are essentially containing an army. And if you cannot have this right attributes to contain an army, keep them motivated, you will fail. They say a motivated army compared to an unmotivated army that's the same size, the motivated army triples the power and force through the unmotivated army. So you need to take full force to make sure that this is one of the most significant things that you think about daily. Once they're put through training, on the first initial call, what I like to do is I like to have them send me a video or an audio. Now, if they jump on the Zoom call and they don't put on their video, say, I want you to send me a video. If they jump on the Zoom call and they give you a video, say you just send me the audio, because I like seeing people face to face. The reason why I ask them to send me a video audio of them teaching me of what they've learned is because if you look right here, teaching is the highest form of retaining knowledge. So they can read through your whole bland 10-page SOP and retain 10% of the knowledge. They can review all through your demonstrations, go on 10 calls, go chat for 50 hours, but if you can get them to teach somebody else, which is you, they have retained the most knowledge they could. This is one of the biggest information I can give you that will absolutely boost your company as a whole. It will also give them it will give you a very good idea where you can place them and what they're best at and what they're worst at. So you can make a depiction saying, hey, I don't think he's the right fit because I think he's talking in a sense that he didn't really listen to what was going on in the video. Now, vice versa, you can say, this guy is one hell of a guy. I need to get on a call with him. And if he's competent, if he's not, rejected. If he's competent, you get on a 60-minute Zoom call, 60-minute plus. Please, people, when you get on the Zoom call, ask them about the training. Don't just jump straight into a test. We have a test that embodies over 50 questions. It depends on the test. This test, each question, the answer of the question on the test is directly stated word by word in each module and each paragraph of the curriculum of what it teaches. And we obviously don't give it away. It's hidden. But it gives us a good idea that every single question you ask will tell you, he missed this part in the chatting training. He missed this part in the chatting training. Because we do things right. We don't just tell them, hey, how's the training? Oh, good. Yeah, run it on this account. Done. Your business is done. We can tell he answered number 3 wrong. He definitely didn't go through the sales psychology video where it told you that you have to fight all the negativity with positivity. He obviously didn't read that part because the question was directly about that question, about the answer to the questions. Once you finish the test and he did good, you continue to a role play. Now, this role play can happen on any place you have. I prefer Telegram. I jump on Telegram on the chat and I say, the model's name will be Sophia and the subscriber's name will be Jack. Okay, I'm the subscriber. You're the model. I have just subscribed to your page. You can make anything you want up. I just want to see how you chat, and I'd much rather have you answer faster than think of the perfect response. Take it away. They're going to give you exactly what they chat like. This is going to give you an idea. Will this guy be a good fit for this model, this model, this model, this model, et cetera, in my agency? If he doesn't do a good fit, just say, hey, I think you need to re-undergo training. I'm not going to put you through the full training. I see that you're lacking on rapport building. Please review this curriculum once again, and then let's get back on. I'm going to give you one last shot. That's what happens. On rejected, re-undergo training. Competent, rejected, re-undergo training. If he passed, what we do is we get him to 3 to 5 backup shifts, 3 to 5 days of team shadowing. And as well, he will be in the list in line of a backup. What would happen is we get backup shifts every day. If you're at a smaller scale and you just want to put him on a smaller account and see how he does, fine. We work on big accounts only. So we need to have backup shifts. And what we do is I have him review all the models right after we finish the Zoom call. I add him to all of our systems and I say, study. And to tell me to get back to me when he feels he's understood and he is confident about X model, and that he can name me the top 3 whales and who they are. And then he can name me anything else that's necessary information to get him to continue chatting. What's going on in the training is extensive. What's going on in the application form is extensive. You need to make these systems. The systems don't make themselves. If you want to purchase a pre-made system, you can save your time and effort by exchanging your time for money. If you don't, you will find yourself spending around 2 weeks to building out everything. I wish I could show you the most beautiful developments on Google Forms, which I've hired a full-time developer on to make me Google Sheets, Excel sheets about financial statement monitoring, sales sheets, application forms like off-day reserve backup forms, all these different things. Expense sheets, like which client is doing what on Google Forms, Google Sheets. So it's not a cost to you. The only cost is hiring a very highly skilled developer. If you can do this, you will save so much time and money. You are going to laugh at how much more burden is off your shoulders. After he finishes 3 backup shifts, that's my personal touch. If I think he's fit, I put him in. I don't wait. I don't beat around the bush. If he's good and we review every single shift, and I have obviously team members and staff in place to manage quality assurance, then if he's fit, he deserves that job. Regarding the pay structure, I personally have a certain pay structure. Everyone thinks differently. Some people like hourly. Some people like hourly plus commission. Some people just like commission. What you need to do is you need to test, because what works for me won't work for you. This is the full training course. Let's just say guide on how to hire full chatters. I hope it was beautiful enough and it was understanding enough. If you need help with any of these systems, I can possibly give you a helping hand. But you need to take initiative in certain aspects of your business. Whether that is building things, whether that is doing things. Other than that, enjoy yourselves. I have nothing else to talk about. This should have given you everything you needed to know just about hiring killer chatters. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great night, great morning, great evening, and don't subscribe.